Okay, children, in the previous part we learned how did tribal group live in the forest, that is Jumi cultivators, cattle raiders, the people who are the Namas pastoralists and some other kind of the people in the part of tribals and Bhikkhus in the vision of the golden age. Now this is the part we are going to discuss. How did colonial rule affect the tribal lives? How did colonial rule affect tribal life? This is tribal lives. In which manner colonial rule affects tribal people? And most importantly, the 5 important things I have to discuss in this part. How did the colonial rule affect the tribal lives? One is that what happened to tribal chiefs, and the second one is what happened to shifting cultivators. Forest law and their impact. And the problem with the trade. And finally, the search for work. These we are going to discuss in this part. What happened to the tribal chiefs? What happened to the shifting cultivators? Forest law and their impact. The problem with the trade and the search for work. In the British administration, under the colonial administration, these are the problems that we have to discuss. Most importantly, the people face these problems. First of all, the tribal chiefs. What happened to the tribal chiefs? Before Britishers came to India, tribal chiefs enjoyed autonomous power. Who are the prominent people in the tribal area? Who are some clever people in the tribal? Those became a chief. They had much of the land under their control. They set some rules and regulations in the particular area. They have their own rules and regulations, their own police station, not allowed any other outsider in their internal life. They only settled, the tribal chiefs only settled that disputes anytime arose among the tribal people. They had enjoyed that completely independent authority. But once the British people came to India, they entered into the forest. those people are interfere in this internal matter of the tribal people. They changed the rules and regulations. They allowed tribal chief, whoever there has a head of the particular area, he had a respect because he is a chief of the tribal people by the British, respected him. But what the rules and regulations are prescribed by the British government, they had to follow. He was used as the chief of the particular area. He had a right to collect that land revenue from the rest of the people. He respected in that manner, but rules and regulations are completely controlled by the British people only. So, tribal people are not willing to lose what they enjoyed, the authority in the before the British came to India. Similar kind of power they are expected. Similar kind of authority they wanted to continue. So with the help of the local people, they are raised the voice against the British people, the tribal chiefs. And what happened to the shifting cultivators? Before Britishers came to India, who are the tribal people are there? All these people are doing the cultivation, the shifting cultivation. That is called jooming. Jooming cultivation. Shifting or jooming cultivation. This is most commonly practiced in tribal areas. This is on the plot of land. What they had a plot of land. They cut down the top of the tree. They allowed the sunshine to reach the ground. What they cut down the branches of the various trees, all those are burned. After that, what remained the ash from the burning of the trees or branches, that is dispatched entire the land and cultivated the land without using of any modern techniques of even the plowing the land also not used it, even that not by bullock. Some with the help of some traditional agricultural tools, the people are cultivate the land. They scattered the seeds. They cultivated in this manner. They dispatched, scattered the seeds into that complete land area. They are cultivated the land. These are the people are. After the British people came to India, they suffered somewhat. These are the people who are the cultivators are there. These people, they suffered a lot. The jooming. British people are not allowed. Jooming cultivation is not allowed by the British people. They are asked to stop. Then automatically, these are the people are suffered. What the British people are insisted them to settled agriculture. They are asked to do that settled agriculture, but that is not very successful. Why? Because the previously what the land cultivated 1 year and left several years, 2 or 3 years without cultivation. Then it became the renovation. Became that again that make it fertile the land. Then agricultural heat is good. But once the British people are insisted to them to do that settled agriculture, proper water facilities, irrigation facilities is not there. the land always dry up. The fertility of the land every year, once they cultivated any crop in the same piece of land, fertility will reduce. And the result of that, agricultural yield is reduced. Agricultural yield is lost. So, the tribal people seen this is whatever it is, settled cultivation, not fit for the tribal region. The people are unhappy with that. The people, they don't want to continue in this manner. They want to react against the British people, cultivators, the shifting cultivator people. And another important factor is that forest law and their impact. After the British people came to India, they made the Forest Act. According to the 1878 Forest Law, they categorized some forests in some types. They categorized the forest. What are those? Forests are categorized to 3 types. One is that reserved, protected, and unclassified. Whatever the forest land reserved, because of the British people want more timber for their shipbuilding industry and for the development of railway lines. For railway sleeper, the more amount of timber is required, the wood is required, the largely available in the Indian forest. Whatever the forest is reserved, the tribal people should not touch that. Before Britishers came to India, tribal people are very happily lived in the particular area. They collected different kinds of fruits and roots and nuts and timber, firewood, cattle rearing, everything they are freely they did. But after the British people came to India, they are categorized the forest. Some areas is reserved, some areas are protected, some areas unclassified. What are the forests is unclassified in that particular land only allowed to tribal people. So due to these restrictions, the tribal people had to move from the forest to some other areas. But once these people are moved, British people are, colonized people are, face the problem. Once the tribal people are not ready to live in the forest, how can those people get labor in the forest? Whenever they required the transport the timber, cutting down the timber, no one come forward to hear. The tribal people only required. So these people changed it little bit. They are banned the shifting cultivation. Now they are allowed. With some conditions, some amount of the forest land is given for shifting cultivation. A small patch of land is given for shifting cultivation. The particular land only they had to do from small place of land and move to the other place. With some conditions they are allowed. What are the conditions? Whenever British people are required to construction of the roads in the forest, these people had to do the beggar. Vetty, banded labor, forced labor. Without giving any money, they had to work. Without taking any money, they had to work. These people no need to give money. Anytime they want to cut down the trees, transport, lay down the roads, for all these, British people required the labor. That these are the people are ready to work whenever these people are. So automatically then they change somewhat when compared to the previous, somewhat the people are better. And what is the another important problem? The problem with the trade. The problem with the trade, the mostly the 18th, early part of the 19th century, 18th century and early part of the 19th century, great demand had Indian silk. What that produced the Indian people, the silk had a great demand in the European market. So majority number of the European people came to India. They are contact with the traders. They are asked to trader to supply more silk to them. For that, the mostly the silk is made at the time in present Bihar region, Hazaribagh. What is the Hazaribagh in the region of Chota Nagpur area? The particular area, the mostly these people are cultivated. The traders came and requested to the tribal people to work for them. Tribal people are requested by the trader. These tribal people work for the traders for the salaries. What they produce, those people had to sell to the trader. For the traders is giving some loans to those people before. Some loans is given to them. So, very slowly, it takes some time to understand what are the conditions of the loan they taken from money lenders or traders. It's sometimes after that those people are understood what happened if they taken the money. This is going on in this manner. In generally, the Hazaribagh people are cultivated the cocoons. They are paid very less, who are really producers of this. The traders paid 3 to 4 rupees per 1,000 cocoons. That same, what they paid 3 to 4 rupees, the total they are collected from the tribal people and exported to the other areas like whatever that most important places, and some other they are exported to some other areas like Bardhaman or Gaya in Bihar, West Bengal, Bardhaman, then Gaya. These places they are exported, and they traders sold that same things. For every 1,000 cocoons, they are sold to nearly 20 to 25 rupees. What they paid here? 3 to 4, 20 to 25 rupees they are paid. They are sold to them. They earn huge profits between the trade, who are the European people and the producer. The middleman only acquired the huge profits through that. These people nothing, who are really the producing, those people are nothing, very little they earn. So that is why they understood. Tribal people, very slowly they understood for their miseries, for their problems, who are people responsible? Money lenders, traders, Hindu landlords, European people. These only the most important enemies to the tribal people. They don't want to allow them later on. That is the problem with the trader. And the search for work. Whenever any dry season, the condition is not good. The plight of the tribal people go away from their family and their home to search for a work. Mostly the tribal people, they find the two important places only that. Whether they had to work as a plantation worker in the Assam tea gardens or that West Bengal, northern part of West Bengal tea gardens are there. All these tribal people are moved as a worker in the tea plantations, or some number of people are work in that as a miner in that mine in the Chota Nagpur region. Some number of people are moved as a mine worker. Some people are moved for a plantation worker. These are the hard jobs that they are away from the family. They earn very little. They should not leave. Once those people are appointed them in the particular area, they should not leave easily. According to the 1859 Inland Immigration Act, without the permission of the plantation owner, they should not come easily from the party once they are appointed. This is the problems are faced under the tribal administration. We can continue somewhat that. Most importantly, closer look at Birsa Munda, life story of Birsa Munda, how the person is struggled against the British people. We can discuss in the next class.